Okay, so I'll share. I have a formula that I take my clients through. And it's what's worked in my own life and just studying with various teachers over the years and have pieced it together in my Katie way. But it starts with shedding the shit. So we actually just start with shedding things that really aren't in resonance with what feels good. And sometimes that means literally shedding things in your closet, shedding things in your home. Sometimes it can then lead to bigger things like shedding a marriage or shedding a corporate job or shedding an aspect of your identity that no longer is a fit. But first, we just start shedding the little things, just start to cleaning up our space, because in order to create new, we have to create room, right? You know, if our glass is full, then how are we going to add new things on top? We got to pour some water out in order to add some like fresh, crystalline, structured water into that glass. And so we start with shedding the shit. And then we go into an exercise about discovering your purpose. And I look at this through 3 different pathways. One, I look at it from an inner child point of view, because like we spoke about earlier, our little people were so wise. And often the things that we loved as kids have relevance in our lives now. We've just sort of forgotten. But when we came in, we were wise and we knew and we were savvy to the things that really lit our soul on fire. So we tap back into that energy. And then we go through a human design exercise. Out of all the maps available to us, I think human design is the easiest to understand because it's just simpler than astrology or gene keys. It's a great formula. And I often use my human design app with clients. I think they do a really great job of explaining human design. So we look at their design, and that tells us about like how they get their energy and what their life theme is, which is an indication of their purpose. So for example, for me, my life theme is to snap people out of their minds, bring them into their hearts to experience higher states of joy, bliss, and ecstasy. And what's so cool is now I get to live out that theme. All of my work centers around quieting the mind and taking the elevator ride down to the heart. And I talk about it like the mind is where our human self lives, and the heart is where our divine self lives. So everything is always about every practice or process or lesson we go through is always your first dropping into your heart space. So just to wrap up, then we do a final exercise on purpose, which is about 3 lives. And I have this really fun exercise that everyone goes through. It's a journaling exercise. And I give them 3 like pretty significant prompts on, you know, what would your life look like in these various scenarios. By the end of those 3 exercises, they really have a clear indication of like, oh, okay, now I'm like connecting the dots on really what I'm here to do and what I want to do and how I want that to feel. Then we do a manifestation exercise, which I call Manifest with the Sun. We work with the actual sun in the morning, and we work with different rays off the sun. And our big manifestation that we're calling in is the center of the sun. And then each ray is something that we feel when that manifestation occurs. And what's cool with a ray is you can bend a ray. So you can pull rays forward. So we get into a little bit of time bending in the manifestation work. And a lot of the manifestation part is, like you mentioned about the law of attraction, is what we typically hear in a traditional manifestation course. And the law of attraction is great. However, what's often missed is the law of resonance, or the law of vibration, as it's often called. And really what the law of vibration is telling us is we need to start vibrating the cells in our being at a frequency that's in alignment for our desires. And when those 2 things match up, then things just magnetize into our lives. And that's what we finished with. And it's about walking as your future self, and even to how you adorn yourself, how you dress, you know, when you put a bracelet on or a necklace, or the color that you choose to go out in, and really dreaming into that frequency that your future self vibrates at.